It's time for Lefties Losing It. Now imagine you are in the great outdoors, enjoying the fresh air, enjoying the scenery, taking your dogs for a walk when this happens.
You didn't adopt them. You didn't save their lives. You don't care about them. You don't care about anyone but yourself.
You are crazy, lady.
Get away from me then. Get away from me.
You walked up to me.
Oh dear, all that because that poor guy had purebred dogs. So she was triggered because they weren't adopted, she assumed. Now, if you thought that woman had exhausted her reserves of crazy and indignant rage, well, you'd be wrong. So wrong.
Who are you talking to?
Help me! Help me, please! Please get this guy away from me!
Touch me, I will knock you out. You attack me, I have a right to defend myself.
Okay, listen. Get away from me now. This guy is harassing me. Look at his bred dogs. Look at what an unethical piece of this guy.
That's his mom.
He has to have bred dogs because he has a small penis.
You know, when people act that crazy, act that weird, one assumes that they're on something. Kind of how I felt when I saw this resurfaced vision of California Governor Gavin Newsom.
I've been on a journey like most people, feeling great, feeling stressed, feeling doubtful. The last 2 days, I don't know what it is. I think it's maybe the dust settling after Madison Square Garden. Seen how that went, kind of a roller coaster. But something's happened the last few days, and I'm telling you, that Des Moines Register poll and young men, where Trump has put so much time and energy and this sort of bro culture, pocket, everything else, they don't vote at those numbers. And I think suburban women generally, and I think it's reflected perhaps in that poll, there's something going on.
There was something going on, all right. Good Lord, do take it easy on the disco treats, as the kids say. Now to a young woman who is certain Charlie Kirk is a fascist and is not entitled to speak at her campus. Just don't ask her what makes him a fascist or even what a fascist is. She's not good at talking or thinking.
We don't want Charlie Kirk on our campus. We don't want fascists on our campus. We don't want to support that here.
What is fascism?
Immigration.
I don't know. I'm not like a political scientist. I'm not good at interviews. You should ask someone else.
Now, somehow we overlooked this charmer earlier in the year. Here is a lefty lady losing it because a Christian preacher dared to hold and share views she disagreed with.
You piss me the off.
Okay.
You don't belong here. This hateful doesn't belong here. And all of y'all that believe this, get your heads on straight. You are reason why we are falling apart as a country.
Gotcha.
And I don't want to hear, oh, do you know the percentage of that happens every fucking day?
Didn't say didn't.
I don't want that.
Doesn't matter. You came to me. We're in a public area.
Okay, so should I break the camera then?
Give me a break.
They always resort to violence or threats of violence, don't they? Let's give this lovely lass another chance, though. I'm sure she can make an argument without resorting to threats and violence. Here she tells a Christian preacher he's not really Christian because he's against abortion.
And I have no problem with Christians that actually act like Christians. That's not acting like
How have I not been acting like a Christian? You've been coming here yelling at me.
Because you're anti-abortion, for one.
Right.
It has nothing to do with you. Are you a woman?
No, I'm not.
Do you have a...
But
do you have a no.
in 2025, I could identify as it. You wouldn't be able to tell me otherwise.
Oh, so you're anti-trans, too.
Says who?
You just told me that.
Anyways, I'm just gonna stop. I'm just gonna ignore it. You want to go to jail?
Now, this next ad has upset a few snowflakes. I can't imagine why. It's wholesome stuff. It's pretty inoffensive and possibly it's going to boost church attendance. Maybe that's why they hate it.
Prayers do get answered. See you at St. John's.
Time to check in with Democrat Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, who is, for some reason, dressed like Prince here, and she wants you to know that she is a very serious lawmaker, but she's also ready to throw hands.
I want y'all to know that every day that I walk in those halls, regardless of whatever rhetoric they put out about me, I am a very serious lawmaker. At the same time,
Jasmine shows us what a serious thinker she is. She says this out loud on television, that law enforcement isn't there to prevent crimes. It's hard to fathom how idiotic this is, but it's Jasmine.
Law enforcement isn't to prevent crime. Law enforcement solves crime, okay? That is what they're supposed to do. They are supposed to solve crimes, not necessarily prevent them from happening, per se.
Incorrigible Texan Alex Stein has stopped terrorising council meetings in person. He's now doing it online. Here is comic and agitated abortionist Dr. Alex Stein.
I can't catch any break. Ever since the third vaccine, I've had issues performing. My wife has left me for a 19-year-old personal trainer named Gerardo Gutierrez, and now I'm all alone. I'm at the lowest point in my entire life, and I come on here to try to talk, to try to do my civic duty, try to make the city a better place, and what happens? Some girls make fun of my job? That's not okay. Listen, thank God I have these cats. This is the only thing that I have left in life. Is this cat. If it wasn't for this cat, what would I have? I would just have a bunch of anti-vaxxers coming at me, calling me a jerk for doing 8 abortions a day. You try doing that. You try coming to my job, performing 8 abortions. You can never. You would not be able to sleep at night. The dreams I have, I try to eat sometimes and I puke, I vomit. I look in the mirror, I'm disgusted with who I've become. And I gotta come here and I gotta take crap from some girl named Kim? What are you, Eminem's mom?
Alex, that may be some of your finest work yet, and kudos on using your cat so effectively. That's a very well-trained kitty cat.
Well, yeah, Angus really stole the show, but, that video is definitely going viral, and I think there's a reason for that, because the insanity, people like to see the insanity, because that's a real world we live in. Everybody's gone crazy, so, I'm not surprised it's gone viral.
So now you're going to be terrorising councils all across the country. And if you can do it online, you don't have to limit yourself to Texas anymore. You can go San Francisco. You can go to all the crazy councils.
I'm going to go everywhere. The next place is Australia. I got to go there. I got to go straight to Australia.
Perfect.
I got to go to Sydney. I got to go to Melbourne, and really just give them the business, as I say.
Now, you are my second favourite Texan, and I knew I had to ask you about this rebrand of Austin, Texas. The capital's official logo has been changed at considerable cost.
For the first time in Austin's history, we will have a logo to represent the city's services and unify us as one organization, one Austin. We will go from this to this. While this effort began before I arrived as city manager, it is a project I was glad to champion.
So, Alex, they went from the cool City of Austin logo to this hideous modern design. It looks like something that belongs to, indoor recreation centre. It's a sort of logo a pyramid selling venture might have. I hate it, Alex, and you better hate it too, or we're going to have some problems.
No, Rita, are you kidding? I'm here in Dallas, and the city manager, that guy, T.C. Broadno is his name. He used to be the city manager of Dallas, and they would literally copy Dallas's terrible logo. So I hate this, because we live in a society where everything is ugly now. All we do is praise stuff when it's ugly, and this looks like Chat GPT garbage. It's ridiculous, Rita.
But it's just so cheap and nasty. It doesn't even have an attempt at being sophisticated or iconic or something that's memorable. But Austin is not really Texas anymore. I mean, a lot of Australians, you ask them, have you been to Texas? And they say, yeah, I've been to Austin. And I always say, well, that ain't Texas.
It's not the best representation, but the worst part of this whole entire thing is they spent $1.2 million to design that ugly logo. Can you believe that? That is highway robbery. They robbed the tax-paying citizens of Austin, Texas with that rebrand. Absolutely. It's worse than Cracker Barrel. The Cracker Barrel looks great compared to the city of Austin right now.
Yeah, it is worse than Cracker Barrel. They took up something like 7 years to come up with it, so that's incredible in itself. Now, media mogul, billionaire John Malone gave CNN anchor Pamela Brown some sage advice about what the leftist network must do to reclaim credibility and an audience. He said the broad perception of CNN today is that it is coming at news with a leftist or left-of-centre bias. No kidding, mate. He said CNN risks becoming irrelevant if it cannot reclaim neutrality. Alex, the interview came as CNN trails Fox News and even MSNBC. You look at the August data, CNN drew an average audience of 444,000. You compare that, that's prime time audience, to Fox, which is on 2.3 million, and MSNBC on 783,000. These are Nielsen figures, and they're damning for CNN, and you could argue for MSNBC. The second place is a long way from first place.
No, you're exactly right. And you look at CNN, I mean, obviously everybody knows they have a huge bias when it comes to their journalism. You know, I put that in quotes. But really, I don't think people would care. But now CNN has just lost so much credibility that even the people on their own side don't even believe the garbage that they're spewing every day on their airwaves. So they've really lost their connection with the left. So once you're trying to appease the left and then you lose the left, there's no way for CNN to actually survive unless they take a strategy where they'll be, you know, more unbiased. But I think their reputation and MSNBC's reputation through Donald Trump's constant trolling is basically unrepairable at this moment.
Yeah, I think their idea of being down the line is having Scott Jennings on a panel with 4 left-leaning individuals. So that's the balance they're bringing to their news programs. Now, before you go, the New York Post is reporting that President Trump's Department of Justice is considering banning trans people from buying guns. Some Department of Justice members believe the move can be approved as a follow-up on Trump's executive order banning military service by transgender people. Alex, are we suddenly going to see Democrats become passionate about the Second Amendment here?
You know, I actually would kind of like to see Democrats passionate about the Second Amendment, because without the Second Amendment, we really can't defend the First Amendment, which is freedom of speech. So I believe that we need guns. But at the same time, you saw that viral clip of Joe Rogan just spitting facts, saying the last, shooters, mass shooters, were all either non-binary or transgender. So it is a pattern that is very alarming. But I just really do not like when the government starts to infringe on our rights because of mental health. Because to be honest, everybody's a little crazy. But I don't know if the government should really outlaw people from having guns, especially trans people. I mean, yes, they should be on a list, but I don't know. It's just a tough thing because the Second Amendment is so important, and, it just sets the precedent for red flag laws.
Thank you, Alex.